What's poppin' YouTube? Grizzly Sculpt 950 bringing you guys yet another video regarding the new Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch. No leaks to cover this time around, so instead, I will be going over some reasons why Generation 8 on the Switch makes more sense than the thought of a Kanto reboot as the first Pokemon game released on the Switch. So if you guys are intrigued to hear my thoughts, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below. I also have my Twitter link down in the description as always. Hit me up with a follow when you get the chance, as your support is always greatly appreciated, as it will enable me to put out videos for you guys whenever possible. With that said, let's start off with the main reasons why a new generation will always trump over a reboot, and that is the introduction of the new Pokemon themselves. One of the most exhilarating experiences a new generation can bring us are, as I've said, new Pokemon, supplemented with new abilities, type combinations, moves, etc., an overall fresh experience. Also, a game trailer showcasing new Pokemon and their statistics will generate massive hype like Sun and Moon did and result in millions of sales, which will eventually run the Switch out of stock in many areas of the world. I doubt a reboot can accomplish that. With a reboot, yes, they can make substantial alterations to the region that it almost feels like a brand new region while retaining several aspects of the original that captivated so many old school and recent fans of Pokemon, therefore creating a mixture of content in a way. However, I feel that no matter how much they change it, it will never beat out the dynamics of a new generation. Here's to hoping that with increased RAM inside the Switch, as opposed to the 3DS, Nintendo can deliver several compelling new species of these magnificent creatures than what we have received recently. It's true that part of the reason for the low output of Pokemon these past couple of generations were due to the introduction of almost 50 megas. I think it's 46 actually, or maybe was it 48? Something like that. And 18 Alola forms, or the more proper term regional variants of Kanto Pokemon, which I don't see them creating anymore, unfortunately. Not for Gen 8 anyways. Rip to them, I suppose. Speaking of megas though, I don't know about you guys, but I feel as though we are due for some new megas because only one Pokemon, one from the previous 3 generations, has received a mega evolution, and that's Mega Aldino. Actually, I lied. Mega Diancie can be included as well from Generation 6. Actually, come to think of it, we barely received any megas for 4th gen mons. Let's see, there's Lucario, Garchomp, Gallade, and Bombasno, and unless I'm missing something from this picture, that's basically it. I'm not suggesting they add a ton of megas, maybe somewhere around the 10 to 20 range. A reboot will more than likely do away with megas entirely in favor for more, dare I say, balanced and less gimmicky playstyle. Less gimmicky as in no more Z moves, which I'm cool with in all honesty. And if Nintendo were to carry forward megas indefinitely, like they have with alternate forms of Pokemon like Kyurem and the Genies or Forces of Nature, badass name by the way, I prefer that, then wouldn't it be strange for them not to compensate for more recent Pokemon who are in need of a buff that won't necessarily benefit from an additional 20 points in 2 particular base stats, like many of these Pokemon listed here? How on earth does an additional 20 points in HP and special attack make Magcargo more desirable than any other fire types? We did receive massive buffs this gen, like Drizzle Pelipper, Drought Torkoal, even Masquerain looking like a monster as a Quiver Dance Sweeper. And with buffs come the nerfs, like Curse Body Gengar, the inability to spam Destiny Bond, Burn nerf, Prankster nerf, so many others hard to keep track of. But what I look forward to the most, and I'm sure a lot of you guys at home can agree, is for them to make special attackers less dominant and prosperous in battle, but not to the extent of physical attackers, of course. I know we have the whole Light Screed and Aurora Veil business, in addition to the Assault Vest, but I feel like they need to add something else, like a special Intimidate, that works as the inverse of the Intimidate for physical attackers, only this one boosts the special defense stat by 1 or something of the sort. I don't know. Yeah, it might sound crazy, but it's just an idea. Jesus Christ. Now, let's shy away from the competitive side of things for a bit and talk about the introduction of new typings for starter Pokemon. I assume that if Nintendo were to make this change, they would want to maintain the triangle effects of the 3 typings for story purposes. So here is one example of typings that fit this criteria, as well as my personal favorite. Imagine starting off your brand new Pokemon adventure in a brand new region with a fairy type starter, one of the best typings in the game, or the defensive steel type, which on average resists over half the typings in the game while being immune to poison. And last, a fighting type Pokemon, which are known for their raw strength and are just cool. There are several other cases like I mentioned, such as rock, bug, and grass, as well as ice, ground, steel. This is more of a personal preference of mine, but it's more interesting than having to choose from the same grass, fire, water starters that a reboot would bring. Nothing against the traditional starter choices, however, it would be a nice change is all. And speaking of nice changes, I seriously want the new generation to bring back gyms with a twist. What if all the gyms were themed after 2 typings? That's right, 2, rather than being based solely on a particular type. Think about it. Poison Dragon, Fairy Dark, Grass Fire, you name it. And upon beating the gym, besides the badge, you are rewarded 2 TMs corresponding to the types featured in the gym instead of 1 as a bonus reward for completing a more challenging gym. That would be so dope. But the real twist to this, are you ready? Could be that all gyms are randomized, so every time you replay the game, the theme and layout of the gym will be different, adding more difficulty and excitement to the potential strats you'll be forced to utilize. Hopefully nothing like lead focus sash into toxic stall. Looking at you, Ultra Necrozma. But anyways, I know it's a bit convoluted and would add more RNG to Pokemon, but I consider this a good addition and would add replay value as well. They could do this for the reboot as well, however, I feel several fans would see it as intruding upon the original concept of Pokemon gyms, which I feel wouldn't necessarily be as negatively received if incorporated for a new generation all on its own. Wait, hold up. You know what would be cool though? What if we had the option to develop our own Pokemon gym, and we were able to invite our friends over to challenge us as the gym leader as a way of stacking up on money among other prizes? Huh? Oh no, hold on, no. Too much. Let me stop there. My excitement's getting the better of me. Oh boy. And those are the main reasons I believe a new generation should take priority over a reboot. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I'm open for discussion. Should Gen 8 come out before a reboot? Is a reboot more fitting based off the recent Pokemon movies and anime pacing? Are you fine with either one? Or do you want a Diamond and Pearl remake first? That is all for now. Have yourselves a good one. Peace out.